Welcome back to another video, my people. Today, I would like to talk about peer pressure and manipulation and mind control in the Wizard of Oz. So basically, within the last year or whatever, with all this mamby-pamby stuff going on, I've noticed that the people who are most susceptible to peer pressure are adults. They're most susceptible to peer pressure, manipulation, and the sorcery or the magic or witchcraft, whatever you want to call it, of Oz or the media. Basically, it shows that people have no freedom of thought. They show that they have no individuality, and it shows that the people really don't stand for too much. And I don't know, song is say, if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall from anything. Very docile people, particularly here in the U.S., wherever that means. Men and women, very both docile. But back to peer pressure. This whole thing of covering the people's mouths and face and nose for saying that people are having trouble breathing. So the solution is to cover how you breathe. And what's up? And that's how you can help combat this virus or whatever. So that just really shows how no one really thinks for themselves, because like I know personally, my mother told me, don't ever put nothing over your mouth or your nose, especially when you're trying to sleep or something, because you can suffocate and die from that. And the people even said that, the so-called experts even said that toddlers and infants shouldn't have masks on because it could cause breathing problems for the toddlers. Now, what's the difference between a toddler and someone who's like 30 years old? Not too much. It's still the same mechanics, So I really don't understand why people continue to go along with this. It was over a year now, I think. The so-called officials said it'll be a 2-week, mandatory lockdown, and to get things back on track, and then you could go back to living your normal life. And we know that's not true. And to be honest with you, I pretty much did it for 2 weeks, even though I kind of had to be at home because I was kind of injured at the time. But I stayed at home, and I did wear a mask, in stores. Sometimes it was below my nose, but still, I tried it out for a couple weeks, and after that, probably May or something, I just really didn't pay too much attention, because it was, for me personally, like me, if I'm trying to work or something, I can't have nothing over my face and properly work, because I mess up my breath, the spirit correlation. And that's what this whole thing is. I'm attacking the spirit. But now to hop back on Oz, the Wizard of Oz, is basically the media. The media just shows people anything they want. Tell them anything. Say, oh, a new study was found for this. You should do this. You should do that. But they show no evidence. They don't isolate nothing. They don't give you any real facts where you can really go back and fact check and see it for yourself. Concrete evidence, absolute answers. They just give you a bunch of hypotheses, theories, and that's how the people take the news for take the truth from the news. Now, the news is a very I'm right here by the news people. They're big satellites, they're big masts, they're big radio frequencies. But the news is basically a very well controlled, mind control, manipulating corporation. And they basically say the same thing, just different people in your city. They're all owned by the same, supposedly six companies, but I would find it hard to believe that it's not maybe 2 or 3 at tops. And that's how the people get fed, or the sheep get fed from the shepherd. And you know what the shepherd does? The shepherd may be guiding the sheep, but at the end of the day, the shepherd has to kill the sheep. It's a sad game, but it is what it is. But I do really feel sorry for people that have folded under this peer pressure, such as getting a jab in the arm. I knew various people said they wouldn't do it. They weren't having any part of it. But the peer pressure, the manipulation from odds, they folded under pressure. I really hate to see it, but hey, you can only control yourself, I guess. But that's all I got today. Picked up some clay, some red clay. That's where we get the red clay in Birmingham. The red clay from Alabama is why they call Alabama Crimson Tide, because when the water runs down the clay, it makes the Crimson Tide. But adios.